Hello everyone, this is Rajiv Kohli and welcome back to our channel The Teacher, and today I am going to show you that how you can create a responsive slideshow using mouse hover effects. As you can see that here we have a next button, and as soon as I will move my mouse over the button, then it will respond, and as soon as I will move my mouse out of this box, then it will come back to its original position. So let's get started, and I hope I will create this in one shot. So first of all, I am going to take a new slide, and on that slide I am going to insert tab, go to the shape drop down button and choose this shape, parallelogram shape, and draw it right here. And you can adjust the shape by holding the yellow button, and here I am going to apply a size around 4.5 width, and height is 1 inch sufficient for me. And go to the format tab and choose align center and align middle command, and I want to remove the outline of this shape, so click on the shape outline drop down button and choose no outline. Now right click on the shape and open format shape. Go to the effect settings and pull down the shadow settings. Go to the presets, and I would like to choose this preset and a transparency of 10% only, because I want the shadow more darker, so I am reducing the transparency, and a size of 105 is enough for me. And I would like to choose a distance around right here and a angle of 40 degree, and let me reduce the size a bit. That's fine. Now go to the insert tab, click the word art drop down button and choose this fill black text color one with shadow, and I am going to type next here, and would like to apply Arial black as a font with a text fill of white color, and I would also like to apply a shadow to the text as well, and I am going to go with this one. I think this one is fine. Now select the parallelogram and then hold down the shift key and then select the text. Go to the format tab, click align center, and this time PowerPoint going to align both of the objects with each other. Okay, now I am going to draw another shape here, and this time I am going to choose half frame, draw it right here and rotate it. Now here is fine. Yes. Now hold down the yellow buttons and reduce the width of the outlines. That's fine. Remove the outline and change the fill color to white and place it right over the shape. Hold down the Ctrl, Alt and Shift keys and reduce the size. That's fine, and place it just right here. Expand the thumbnail view. Now right click on the empty area of your slide and go to format background and apply a solid fill, whichever color you want. I am going to go with this one. Close the format background. Now duplicate this slide, or before that, from the home tab click the select drop down button and open selection pane, and here I am going to choose rename these items according to my requirement. I would like to rename this one as half frame 1, and this one as text, and this one as parallelogram, but want to remove this number in the end. That's fine. Now duplicate this slide by right clicking on the thumbnail view of your slide and choose duplicate slide. So it's time for the animation, and I want this parallelogram to expand when you hover your mouse over this next button. For that, I will apply the grow shrink effect. Go to the animations tab, click the add animation drop down button and choose grow shrink. Choose with previous with a duration of 0.50 seconds and open the animation pan. Double click on the effect to open the effect options window, and I would like to increase the size to 125%, but only I want to expand this button in only horizontal direction. By default it is set to both, so I will choose horizontal, hit the OK button. That's fine. Now I want to move the text next to left side. For that, go to the animations, click add animation drop down button, go to more motions path and choose left, hit the OK button, and now adjust the length of the path. I think that's fine here. Set it to play with previous with a duration of 0.50 seconds, and I want to move this half frame to the right, and for that I will again apply the motion path, and this time I am going to choose right and again adjust the length of the path. You can hold down the shift key, that way it will go straight in the same direction. I think that's fine here. That's fine here. Okay, again set it to play with previous with a duration of 0.50 seconds. Now I am going to make 2 more duplicates of this frame. Go to the home tab, click copy and then click paste, and immediately rename the item from the selection pane. I would like to name it half frame 2 and place it on top of the first one, and I want to change the direction of this path. Go to the animations tab, click on effect options and change it to left. Okay, now adjust the path length, and I think it's fine right here, just here. As I told you in my previous video that here is a bit problem in PowerPoint. When you adjust the paths, then it automatically go back to the same path, so you have to do this very carefully. Okay, set it to play with previous with a duration of 0.50 seconds. Let us see the slideshow first. Here is a lot of gap between these two, but we are going to make another copy of this one. Go to the home tab, click copy and paste, and I don't want any animation for this one, so I will select this effect and hit the delete key from the keyboard and just place it over the top of other two and name it half frame 3. Let's see the slideshow again. Let me adjust the path length of half frame 1. It is too far. Let me make it closer. That's fine. Let's see the preview. And half frame 2 should be a little far, just right here. Let's see the slideshow again, and half frame 1 should be a bit farther. Okay, now select the half frame 1 from the selection pane, go to the animation tab, click add animation drop down button and apply fill color effect with previous with the duration of 0.50 seconds, and add a delay timing of 0.25 seconds. Open the effect options, choose the style you want and apply auto reverse and repeat until end of the slide. And do the same for the half frame 2. Add animation, fill color with previous with the duration of 0.50 seconds and delay timing 0.50 Open the effect options, apply the color you want and apply auto reverse and repeat until end of the slide. Now let's see the slideshow. Okay, now select the half frame 3 and apply the same animation with same setting but delay timing 0.75. Open the effect options, choose the color style, auto reverse and repeat until end of the slide. That's fine. So what I want to do now, I want PowerPoint to move to the next slide when I hover my mouse over this next button. So I select this one, go to the Insert tab, click Action button from the Links section, and if you want to apply the action setting for on clicking, then you can go with this settings, mouse click. Or if you want to apply the animation on just on mouse hover, then go to the mouse hover tab, choose hyperlink to, and you can tell PowerPoint to just move to the next slide, or you can also choose a slide number on which you want PowerPoint to jump when you hover your mouse over the next button. So I will choose slide option, and here I am going to choose slide number 2, hit the OK button twice. Now let's see the preview. From the first slide, select the first slide from the thumbnail view and choose slideshow, and now just move your mouse over the button. Now we want to reverse back this animation when I move my mouse out of this button, and for that let me duplicate this one first, the second slide, make a duplicate of the second slide, and this time you have to work hard because it is not an easy task to reverse all the effects again. As you have might noticed that in the first slide, let me show you the button size, and that is width 4.5 inches, and on the second slide we have increased the size horizontally to 125%. So if you open the calculator and calculate 4.5 inches into 125%, that will be around 5.63 inches. You must remember this one. And on the third slide, what I'm going to do is I will go to the Format tab and increase the size of this button to 5.63 and make it to the center of the slide. And now we have to reverse the motion paths back to their original position. As you can see that next is moving to the left and ending right here. What I want to do is I want this starting point to begin right here and ending point to be right here, and for that go to the View tab and turn on the guides and adjust the guides just right here, and add another guide by right clicking on the first one and choose Add Vertical Guide and make the guide position right here. Now what you can do, you can reverse the path, just put the starting point right here and ending point over here, and then again adjust the starting point just right here. You can zoom in a little bit to see if everything is working fine. Yes, the path should be in the straight line. Now we will do the same for the half frames. So I select the half frame 1 and adjust the guides. The ending point is right here and the starting point is right here. Just move the ending point farther away and then set the starting point here and move the ending point back to the starting point. Okay, now do this for the half frame 2, but as you can see that there are a lot of effects together here and it will be very hard to select a particular effect. So what you can do, go to the Home tab, open the selection pane, and this time I am going to hide the half frame 3 and half frame 1, and here is the starting point of this one and ending point is right here. So move the guides to the ending and the starting points. Hold down the Alt key, and that way you can adjust the guides as you want. So here I am going to move the starting point right here farther away, and then the ending point on top of this guides, and the starting point back to its original position. Now turn on the hidden items on the slide. Now let's see the slideshow first. Okay, that one is working fine, and when I will move my mouse farther away from the button. I want PowerPoint to move to the next slide, and for that what you can do, go to the second slide, go to the Insert tab, click on Shift Shortcut button and choose Rectangle, then draw a slide size rectangle just like that, and choose No Fill and No Outline, and this time apply an action on this rectangle. Go to the action, move to mouse over, choose hyperlink 2 and then choose slide and choose slide number 3, hit the OK button, and you can rename this rectangle as background rectangle. Now let's see the slideshow. This is our first slide, and as soon as I will move my mouse over this button, it will move to the second slide with the animations, and as soon as I will move my mouse out of this box, then as you might have noticed that I have drawn a full size slide size rectangle, then it will move the mouse over that rectangle, and as soon as you will move your mouse over that rectangle, it will shift to the third slide. So that is what we have done here, and select the background rectangle and send it to back all the other objects, and make sure you have applied the right action, mouse over, hyperlink to third slide. Let's see the slideshow once again. First slide, then second slide, and then again third slide. So on the third slide I don't need these animations, so select this one, hold down the Control key to select the next ones, or you can select the first one, hold down the Shift key and then click on the last one. That way it will select all the effects in the middle, and then hit the Delete key from the keyboard. For the parallelogram grow and shrink animation, what I am going to do, I will reduce the size to around 80% horizontal. Hit the OK button. That will reduce the size to default, which was on the first slide. Let me show you the slideshow. That is second slide, and as I will move my mouse farther away from this button, it will go to the third slide. Let's see the slideshow again. That's second slide and that's third slide. So let me show you the final preview. Go to the first slide. You can also press the F5 key from the keyboard to see the slideshow from the first slide. That is our first slide, and as soon as I will move my mouse over this button, it will move to the second slide, and as I will move my mouse out of this box, then it will move to the third slide. And you can adjust the grow shrink setting to make it perfectly match with the size of the first one. So it is up to you that how you can do this, or you can use a trick here. Go to the first slide, see the slideshow, and hit the print screen button from the keyboard. That will take a screenshot of your screen, and on the third slide, go to the home tab, click the paste button, and that will paste that screenshot we have just captured using the print screen button. Go to the format tab, click the crop button and remove the unnecessary part. As you can see that I have set multiple monitors, and you can also see my second monitor here in the screenshot, and I want to crop this one right here. Now select the picture, adjust it on the top, and then adjust the size and send it to back. Okay, now let's see the slideshow from the first slide. That's our first slide, this one is the second, and that one is the third. So as you can see that it is nearly matching with the size of our first button, or you can adjust the grow shrink setting. As I am shrinking more to the 70%, and if I see the slideshow, as you can see the background picture here, it was not, you were not seeing this picture before when the grow shrink setting was set to 80%. So that was nearly matching with the exact size of the first one. So I hope you might like this tutorial. Let me know by leaving your valuable comments in the section below. One more thing I will like to tell you before I end this presentation, that is, when you see the slideshow, PowerPoint can only PowerPoint can only show you the mouse over effects once. I mean, as you can see that it is jumping from first slide to second and then to third, but you can't reverse it back to the first slide. So you can make a loop of this, because that's not possible in PowerPoint 2016 till now. So one more thing I would like to tell you before I end this lesson, that is, go to the slideshow and then open setup slideshow and make a check mark on loop until escape, loop continuously until escape, and hit the OK button. That way, if you don't even move your mouse over the buttons and just start clicking, then it will still animate the objects. So I hope you will find this video informative and interesting. Let me know by leaving your valuable comments and by liking and sharing this video with your friends. You can subscribe to our channel for more upcoming tutorial videos on our channel. Thanks for watching and have a great day.